If there is one character in the Bible that brings out the best flavor, is Job. Job went through a season of his life that was not very easy, that was tough, and he was faced with all sorts of obstacles in his walk and his journey with God. It goes to an extent whereby even the very close companion that he had actually asked him to curse God and die. And even with the best systems that are needed in his life, being family was not able to help him cope up with the challenges that he was facing. But I begin to think about this, that Job in his suffering, in his struggle with what was happening in his life, he gets to an extent whereby he understands his relationship with God and who God is in his life. And for many of us, that is what happens in so many occasions. Since our foundations are not built correctly, our foundations are not built right. So what happens in our lives is that we begin drifting away when turbulence times come in our lives. And Job shows us the best example, the very best example, when he continues to trust in God despite what was going on, but he kept his trust and hope in Christ and in God himself. And that is what happens in so many occasions. That is what God expects of us, is to keep trusting him, is to keep looking unto him, even with what is happening at a particular time and at a particular season. And we will accept this, that times and seasons belongs to God. If we don't understand that, I think most of it, what will happen to us is that we will live in a fallacy world, in a sense of confusion, because we don't understand that times and seasons are owned by God himself. So Job goes to an extent whereby he knows that all his friends have actually checked out on him. The family is no more. The closest companion that he expects to support him and help him is not helping him at all. So he gets to a point whereby he feels it's time for me to unleash the beauty that God has placed in me. And in Job chapter 13 and verse 15, this is what Job says. Job says, though he slay me, yet will I trust in him. And this is a bold declaration that Job made. Though he slay me, yet will I trust him. I don't know how many of us have come to that point, when we feel times and seasons have become very hard, what's going on in our lives is harder, it's not easy, but we have that sense of knowing that though all this is happening in my life, I will still trust in God. I will still trust in God. And see, the term trust itself, means that we've given our fully our dependency on God. That is what it means. Our full dependency is on God, despite of what is happening. But our full dependency is on God. And the key word here is about talking about though he slay us, though we go through turbulence and tough times in these seasons, but we still learn to trust in who God is. And Job brings that picture very clearly. Job lost everything that he had, his family, livestock, everything that he owned. He lost it. He lost it all. But as I'm talking to some of us, I know we've not lost it all. We've lost part of it. Some of what we really, things that we really hold dearly, we've lost all that. But the passion that needs to drive us in our lives is to know that we trust in God. Even if the season is rough. And I close with this. The book of Ecclesiastes chapter 3 talks about times and seasons that belongs to God. There's a time for each and everything. And when we understand that, then we get to know that God is completely working with seasons. So may God help you, even as you go through this season in your life, that you will continue to trust in Him. God bless you.